Jamaica's Weather and Climate, Unit 4, page 21 for more Social Studies workbook. Now if we look in the clouds at the top, we have some definitions. Weather is the daily condition of the atmosphere at a specific place at a specific time. The elements of weather are sunshine, rainfall, clouds, wind, temperature. The study of weather is meteorology. Climate is the average state of the weather taken over a long period of time, usually about 30 years. Jamaica has a tropical climate. Two factors that influence Jamaica's climate are the influence of the sea and the mountainous nature of the country. The effects of weather and climate on life in Jamaica. Weather and climate affect the way people live and work. Farmers. Farmers should have knowledge about the weather and climate in order to choose their crops wisely. They need to decide when to plant so as to give their crops favorable conditions for growth and harvest. Drought. Drought is sometimes severe and causes serious damage to crops and livestock and great inconvenience to human beings. Rainfall. Rainfall in Jamaica is greatest over the highest parts of the mountains. These lands are in the eastern parishes, and they are the wettest parts of the island. These areas are prone to flooding. Flooding damages houses, crops, livestock, roads, causes landslides, and affects people's daily activities. Next, we have weather disturbances which develop into tropical storms and hurricanes, are significant features of the Jamaican climate. During the hurricane season, which is from June 1 to November 30th, the force of the wind has disastrous effect on the land and sea. For example, homes are destroyed and in some cases there is the loss of life. Fishermen often lose their equipment and their economic activity is severely curtailed. The temperature of a place is affected by its altitude. Because of the mountains, the places which are at a higher altitude will be cooler than those on the plains or the coast. People can choose either to reside in a warm or cool climate. Because of Jamaica's climatic condition, Jamaicans do not need seasonal clothing like the people in colder regions of the world. Jamaicans wear lightweight clothing throughout the year, so we don't need snow boots or winter coats or things to keep us warm. We can wear light clothes right through the year. In the tropical climate, the houses do not require insulation for keeping heat in during cold weather. The materials used in construction are suitable for life in the tropics. There is no need for heat in the houses. So unlike houses in the temperate regions, you're going to have fireplaces or heaters within the house to provide heat to keep you warm during the cold season. Jamaica's weather and climate make it suitable for sporting and leisure activities. Tourists and Jamaicans can enjoy the sunshine and the beaches all year round. Weather and climate also affect the kinds of food people eat. There are some crops such as bananas, yams, oranges that grow naturally in tropical climates. This brings us to the end of Unit 4, where we looked at Jamaica's weather and climate. Some of the key concepts on this unit included: what is weather? What are the elements of weather? What is meteorology? What is climate? And what are some of the things that influence Jamaica's climate? We looked at how farmers are affected by weather, what is a drought, how rainfall is distributed across the island. We have some sections of the island that get more rainfall than others. The impact of flooding on houses, livestock, and people. We looked at tropical disturbances such as storms and hurricanes. We looked at the start and the end point of the hurricane season. We talked about temperature in relation to altitude. The higher up you go, the cooler it gets. We spoke about seasonal clothing and that Jamaicans do not need seasonal clothing. Additionally, the houses do not need to be so built that they retain heat. We looked at the fact that Jamaica's weather and climate allow for sporting and leisure activities right through the year. And we closed the unit by looking at food. Some food grows naturally in the tropical regions of the world, while some foods grow in the temperate regions. For example, we have American apples that will grow in the temperate region, and we have bananas that will grow in the tropical region. So there is an exchange of those food and especially fruit items via exports and import. Please take the time to read this unit. It's pretty short. Read it over and over until these elements, key concepts, stick in your mind. In our next unit, we'll be talking about Jamaica's main economic activities. See you then, and thank you very much for listening.